nowadays. Dead cat, etc. And I was like everywhere. And then I got on the phone with pharmacist. I'm like missing my pills. I had my, and I was like, I never even had them with me in my bag. They were still in the paper bag, the bag that they got given to me in. And I found them. And I'm like, oh, thank God. I can have one later. I have to take all my other stuff and wait about 5 or 6 hours and then take. So this I can have with my dinner and our late night snack. Yay! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank God. I believe in miracles. La 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 la. Excuse me. All right, this live stream is more serious than the others. Honestly, today I went to the Active Out Center of Mississauga since the staff there and my former employer accepted my membership. And as I was MSP mandatory support person, and yeah, I was not there hating, jealous, violent, premeditated, predatory, resentful, racist, bigot, discrimination, prejudice, internet trolling, stalking, one and more others there. All before, all during, all later, all since October 29, 2025. Fabulous. By the way, that reminds me, I entered a contest, Fabulous Over 40. I put the link on my community post pages, etc. Can you find the link? Please vote for me. I want to make it at least the top 50. Please. Thank you. At least the top 15. I'm not going to say where I am now, although top 15. I mean, who would not want to look this fabulous? To add on, in, out, from, and by Active Out Center, Mississauga. Seriously. Oh, yes. Oh. Please do vote for me. They're fabulous. Over 40. I am fabulous. I am over 40. Am I over 40? And I counted my pittance in my wallet. I have like $11. See, so I want to put some of it. Of course, you know I'm gonna put 5 away, right? Banking, maybe 6. I don't know when I'm gonna go there. I'll keep maybe 5 for myself in case I want coffee. So damn ugly nowadays. It's difficult to get a free one. Men. 2, 4, 6, 7. Maybe I'll keep 7 for myself. 8. We'll see. I'll keep some of it. Some of it. Bank machines nowadays, all they do is take paper. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, bought myself a nice little bracelet today. Isn't that pretty? Active Out Center, Mississauga. $2.50. I have another one too. Hello. Thank you for your like. Oh, and as I mentioned earlier, not that I'm a beggar, although do unto others as I want to be done by myself and pets for babies. Bellas. Monetization. Monetize. Financial. I did. With and or without it being from the same ones I monetized. Give money. Monetized. Gifted. I know I haven't got super chats, stickers, whatever arranged on my social media. Although through PayPal, I do have my tip jar, and I have on community post page mine pages on my social media. You could go on a video and or a photo of and scan and give me a donation and or a tip monetization there, and like and or can afford monetization because not everybody can afford. You can leave me a like. That's I like to. Thank you. I greatly appreciate all your likes, everything. Likes and monetization. Thank you. I like all of that stuff. And I was starting a fund. I can't find my link anymore. You know, my new fur baby pet. Was I going to get one? I thought, maybe I could get a fund. I don't know where that link went. Although I do have my tip jar available. I mean, nowadays I could get fish when I have the time, even if just another fish. I could get, I don't know, but I just don't have the time right now. It's just too soon. I have my car, just my plant. That's just, it's just too soon. And next month, I'm really not doing much of anything. Although, because my cat was very Christmas this year, especially December 2018, and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, paganism. Are you aware of that story? And Noel, Francais, Christmas. And as I decided, with lots of support others, I'm not doing anything next month. Nothing very. Just routine. Whereas lots of celebrating in December and January. Possibly, probably online on the internet and or virtually. I don't know. Stay tuned. I'll let you see at least 3 minutes of it. And my 3 minutes can end up 20 minutes. And that's me just putting it out there so that you can pick and choose what 3 minutes you want to view. At least 3 minutes. I'm done. That's like the walkathon at the 1970s, 1980s. And November is going to be a lot quieter. I just can't. I need some time to rest. Honestly. Mentally, emotionally, I need rest. Tea. I'd like to have a Manhattan iced tea. It's not the tea that's with an alcohol, with alcohol. Manhattan iced tea. I'd like to have that, really. I had, what I ordered was a Bloody Mary. I presume that's what I had. I did ask for that. I did not want a Caesar. And I drank that. That was good. Instead of wine. Wine is literally made from grapes. And I'm not, well, eating grapes and drinking grapes, it's not exactly the same. I don't eat grapes very often anymore. I try and avoid. I'm going to use this blend to make my coffee. Oh, I want to get the place more tidy before Halloween. I truly do. I like Halloween. It's my first Halloween without my cat, as being at the end of this month, beginning next month. I just want time to rest, and I'm going to need time to recover Halloween without my pussycat alive. I really miss that cat alive. Like, I chose to be with my cat. Christmas cactus, yes, a cactus. Although I chose that over almost, well, all other people. I was single, and throughout my cat alive with me, single. I wasn't, there was, should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not, any men to add on in, out from, and by here, and earlier elsewheres, showed and told, shows and tells I was their sex toy, I was their dates, I was their date, I was their acquaintance, I was their friend, I was their lover, I was their girlfriend, any of that. And nobody was allowed to act on in out from here and all those other places. Really, honestly, I was single. All throughout that cat alive with me, I was single. And I did not bring anybody to sleep over or anything, honestly. Anyone and everyone that showed and told we did themselves erotomanic delusional. As all later, all since, and all during, with and or without before themselves persecutory delusional. And delusions of power got themselves to act on and out from and by here, those other places. All before, all during, all later, and all since July 2, 2025. And my mom, a widow, she had no interest in too, such as man and men, other people, to act on and out from GUPTA, however that is spelled, that word, that name, 1909. Honestly. And my mom and I, cat and cactus, were not one and more other person punching bag. Punching bags. Nobody should physically, mentally, emotionally, them and me as Ellis's. That's not hallucinations. That's not paranoid thoughts. That's not delusions. That's all real. And all should can could may must and need should tell should will be sure tells all evidence. All happened as include all on securities, cares all on all happened as all at certain friend word. All as well as friend first. All happened as none of when and where. And all names and all who what all happened as. All off and on and the internet. Virtually, social media, etc. And no security guard and as a less concierge should can could mean less and should and he surely told him nobody will be coming back because as soon as any security guard and as alleged concierge mentioned anything as they're just as guilty as anybody else that was to it on and out from here there elsewhere. Same as celebrity stalker quit Valley Hospital, Dr. Judy Fernando. And my mom once twice played in Uber and worked today, once twice there. Whenever it was, I got trapped. And I was so looking forward to having fun with it. I have maybe two or three other people, I'm not going to mention who, because of privacy and safety. Although I like to subscribe, and I might be buying myself at least another month and a new month. CIBC, and she can't put me in this and we get this out of India and then we back India. So it was me, good and proper like they used to. My parents, my parents, parents, and my parents, 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 parents. Again, my parents and my parents, parents, and my parents, 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 and my parents, 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 parents. All animals and all botany, all pets of fur babies, and myself, Afro, all names, all names, Ellis. Absolutely. I'm here. I'm just putting my kettle on. Billis, whichever. I'm here. Hope the pastry's not all crumbled. This is what I'm having tonight. Approximately 4 minutes. Then I go see how it is. Put on now. Maybe it's not there. Oh, it's so cute. Where to find this microwave? I'll come over and talk about it in a minute. I don't feel like cooking anything else, really. Very. So, I'm thinking this, and I'm more hungry. I might eat some mac and cheese. Or tomorrow. There's always the whole week. Mac and cheese. Just feel like when I vlog, you'll understand why. Because there wasn't anything there. I just put these back. So making the pastries. I might make myself a radish sandwich. Maybe I can try it. But cucumber, I do like my cucumbers though. I never took any of that. Mashed potatoes and shit. And of course, I'm going to add some seasoning to my dinner. Please join me. Nothing like watching a witch eat their dinner. This is not right. Not yet, anyways. Once I make this, I'm going to have the tea. Actually, you know what? Make it. Really like these. I haven't had them today. I don't know. Chat area is open. Chat, if you want to question me, I can try and answer all your questions. Radishes are good. Radishes good. Use this. It's my week-long love fest. I'm self-loving myself. Bella's chakra. My mug. Oh, I didn't take a witch's broom mug with me. Walkathon. Because my cat died dead. All names and all who, what, where, when, why, and how. Although I did drink coffee there, and I did drink tea there. Coffees and teas. Witch's brew. Although, I used to have travel mugs, and I used to drink my coffees and teas and stuff there. I should start doing that more often. Even just go downstairs and I check, put a bag of trash out in the garbage room. Since those other people allegedly moved out. That looked good. I'll be right back. No, I have my live stream. You like this meat pie? Good.
Don't do me one.
Okay, well, I put salt and pepper on mine. One is better than the ones we had in the restaurant before when I was younger. I find it's just tastier and everything. There's more in it. It's not all gravy. And it's flaky.
What's the name of it? How many did we get? And it just one?
2.
2.
You were there.
Yeah, I didn't see what was in the packet.
You didn't have to see. You have to just listen.
Okay. Chicken pot pie.
This is really good. I'll put yours in here. Cook yours.
Well, if we really like them, we can buy more.
I know. Hey, they're
Put 'em
good.
in the
Freezer for the winter.
freezer, yeah. I don't know how much they were. I don't know that here.
$7 or $8
Oh, yeah, it's not
for 2.
for
It was
two.
like $4.50 each pie.
Oh, that's not dear. The chicken's a lot dearer.
We don't have it.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you buy the chicken, it's dearer.
We don't have it. It's not got potatoes or anything. Just the chicken. They would.
That's right. I'm
They
saying.
lied about how they cook it out there. It has to be like.
Did you eat 2?
Only one. You get the other one.
Okay.
Remember? I just offered.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, buy more of them if you like them. Yeah, next week if they still have them.
Or whatever. Very flaky. Oh, it's very good. I do like it.
Well, stock up.
Got corn, got vegetables, meat, chicken. I wonder if we can get turkey pot pies like this.
Don't know.
It's easy to unpack. Put in the microwave. I'm sure the facts are on the back.
Can't read it. It says 45 minutes, but I guess that's
Does it say 45 minutes?
45 minutes.
Yes. Unless it's almost over. Am I more hungry later?
Yeah. Oh,
To make some mac and cheese, okay?
well, let me eat my pie first.
Yeah.
Add a package.
That's good.
Well, that's hungry when I come in.
I did that all while I was out. I showed my audience you won today. Bingo. Yeah, you did really well, Mom. Ready. Careful, it's very hot.
Thanks. You're welcome.
I'm gonna need one of these, my pain relievers, tonight. That's why I mentioned mac and cheese, because there's no way, just in case I lay on my leg when I'm sleeping. Painful.
But if it fish it was flaky.
It is on top.
No, I just took a piece. It wasn't flaky.
Is it soft?
Yeah.
While you're dreaming, it's not.
It was.
Nope.
Well, that was the soft. You can just see it.
There's a pastry on top that you dropped on the floor. The plain that was soft. Don't eat it. Put it on the other
I
plate.
just did.
Stop yelling. The plate that you just took. Yeah, put that piece of pastry on it.
I did.
No, you got it on the piece of pastry.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Do I have to lift it for you?
I'll do it myself.
When? You probably put it in your mouth if I don't watch you. Take that off that plate that you're eating from and put it on the garbage one. Thank you. Something you don't do is eat off the floors. The top is not soft. The outside is hard and it's just chewy. Chew it. You can chew it.
You said it was flaky.
Well, it's not doughy. I mean, what the hell you were touching is doughy? I do not know. Wasn't the pie. Excuse me. Excuse me. Fuck, that hurt. Whew. At last, I have to move the table a bit more forward. I'll be right back. Oh, I need to rest a little while. Let my mother eat privately. You know, law enforcement, serve and protect. Uh, do law enforcement. You know how police are supposed to, security guards, enforce the laws and give safety and privacy. This part of North America, literally Canada. The original police, Mississauga police, did not, and they lived in their own little world. They weren't even away with the parish. You know that expression, away with the parish. They were in their own little world of not law enforcement, and they should, can, could, may, must, need to just near punish themselves. Many. and they want censorships and media bans. Yet when the, everybody else, including internet, social media, virtuals, podcasts, whatever, website, whatever, and mainstream media, shows and tells all happened as and how all and all names, all who, what, where, when, why, and how victims' rights were not enforced by those other people, police, lawyers, justice of the peace, crown attorneys, district attorneys, securities guards, police, all those other people, jobs, duties, jobs, details, jobs, descriptions, jobs, titles, all about four and more others, all names, all and all named Bellis. As I mentioned before, it's not my fault. I have alibis and witnesses. Same as all those stalkers I mentioned earlier, doing background checks and investigating, as more alleging that themselves are YouTubers or social media creators, influencers, and that they should video make, blog it, live stream it, community posts it. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be judicially punished. Jailed, prisoned, arrested, with and or without parole and or probation, each with and or without and or with sued each of those other people's stalkers. And sometimes I sit and I wonder when I hear somebody say, "Oh, that made me remember, oh, she was such a nice person. She was so kind and stuff." All about that. Like, wait till their memory fog clears up some. Find out she wasn't that kind and nice. She was a stalker. She did it there, right in front of them, and included them in trying to convince them they should Kim Cooney must have needed to believed her and socialized with her, the stalker, and tried to isolate us. From one and more others. Where my home is, and where I worked. And all those, my co-workers, co-stars, employers, other members, and their guests, and staff, and securities guards, and all that evidence, all on securities cameras, all on, should Kim could must and need be seen and heard as, and all their complaints, just stalking, more harassments, bullying, bothering, because they have had nothing greater than this time. Remember I mentioned one of those men that were stalking and harassing, stalking us, 1909 GBT. Well, this time I didn't showed and told Barry. I didn't see anybody following me, although I wasn't looking behind me all the time. Unlike one time before, a man, and he had something in his hand that she never hasn't have. It was quite frightening. This time, nobody that I noticed. Some other people coming too, like walking by and stuff. By, although I liked it. I felt safer today than I did the times before. My cat, we got receipts, billing paid, documented proof, and other emails, etc. documents. My cat, we paid to have euthanized, euthanasia. We did not want any animal. I didn't want anybody physically, mentally, and emotionally hurt and harm my pussycat. As I said earlier, all before, all during, all later, all since July 2, 2025. And GOPTA, I do. And all other times elsewhere. How was your pie? I never asked if you were crazy. I said, how was your pie?
I said it was all right. I wasn't crazy.
I never asked if you were crazy. I said, how was your pie? And when some other people, be it other people, allegedly Canadian, allegedly from India, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, India, allegedly optometry, allegedly senior services, showed and told that myself and my parents, and one and more others, Bellis, Bellis, all names, all named Bellis, physically not well, visually, hearing, speech, verbal, and mentally and emotionally not well. All before, all during, all later, and all since there was violence by one and more other person, as I mentioned. Races, creeds, religions, and where I was all during, and what police did all during, and securities guards did all during, and corporations did all during, privacy and safety. I said it the whole time, not violence, not more violence, absolutely no more violence. And my mom's health, I'm worried, all before, all during, all since July 2, 2025. Nobody should, can, could, may, must, and need entered my front door, all before, all during, all later, and all since. Examples: 11 p.m. to and during 11 a.m. and 11 a.m. to at during 11 a.m. with an L, with and without one and more keys. They had to use the directory downstairs, and they had less than an hour to come. Once they were allowed in. Here, they had to knock at my front door as a guest, expected. Did I not let them in? Obviously. Did I report it to security, corporation, and police, and one and more other showed and told? Yes. Honestly, we weren't expecting any visitors, and nobody should have did those alleged police wellness checks on us at those times. 11 p.m., all before, all during, all later, all since 11 p.m. and 11 a.m., and all before, all during, all later, and all since 11 a.m. to and during 11 p.m. Privacy and safety. Sections 2A and 2B. Rules and regulations, PSCC 850, all other PSCC. Nobody, no other residents, nobody should, can, could, may, must, and needed interferes with our enjoyment and comforts here and elsewhere in buildings. And why should, can, could, may, must, and need us leave? They can leave. They should, can, could, may, must, and need leave to add on, in, out, from, and by my front door, to add on and off my front door. And they shouldn't be recording outside my front door. Every time they recorded outside my front door, considering all that they did historically, geographically, financially, not financial, including all those noises, disturbances we reported, and they're all on securities, cameras all on, all that, and all other evidence. PSCC 807, PSCC 850, and all elsewhere should, can, could, may, must, and need, show and told, show and tell, and shows and tells. All those and all that all happened to us. And before, and all before, and all during, and all later, and all since. New reading glasses. I need new reading glasses, maybe. Optometry appointments. Health care's new. And my showing and telling this and showed and told that on social media, verbally and visually. It's not paranoia. We're not paranoid, aggressive, and agitated. We are not delusional. We are not persecutory delusional. We are, not paranoid. All those all really happened. I mean, I was at the garbage chute, I was sitting at the elevator, waiting to get on the elevator. I reported it to security, corporation, the alleged concierge is also considered security, parking security, police, lawyers, paramedics. I mean, did somebody on the internet reported it to police? I congratulate you. I thank you very much for your help. Although we legally, lawfully, sane, competent, and myself employable did not answer my front door. One and more times. All before, all during, all later, and all since 11 p.m. and 11 a.m. and 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. All during. All happened as. And when the law team, Sapelsa, the law, Steeles Avenue, Frank Sapelsa, G. Sapelsa, Vito Leontino, and F. Maselli didn't do as they were hired to did, as they were supposed to did. Privacy and safety, law enforcement, as I mentioned, all those other people. All of them should get judicially punished with and or without losing their licenses to practice law. I don't even know that Frank Sapelsa is alive. Western law firm that was alleged. Western Road and Lawrence Avenue. I didn't know that law firm existed there anymore. I know that Frank Sapelsa and Vito Leontino were on Steeles Avenue sometime years ago. Frank Sapelsa was on the internet a while, internet trolling, etc., instead of doing what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to do. Sudbury. It's difficult to get, And there's been other times, and such as Besida Cold. He was an awful lawyer. I don't like him. He has documents to prove evidence that I'm not lying. And I'm supposed to work for my parents when I was younger too. Well, excuse me. And misinformation, such as those lawyers wanted me to gift my 50% and or 100% ownerships to my mom, and or one and more other. I mean, that's not legal. Well, it shouldn't be legal because I didn't have to do that. Instead, they should have did their jobs. And I should get that 50% and 100%, all those 50% and 100% ownership returned to me as soon as possible. And all those documents, especially and Jaiman Gawaldi, Indian from India, Pakistan and or Iran and or Iraq. Or India, that Jaiman Gawaldi should have been judicially punished a long time ago and serving. Because I know we're not the only names he is judicially punished, jailed, with and or without paroles and or probations new, with and or without and or with suit. Jaiman Gawaldi. I mean, all because Frank Sapelsa and Vito Leontino, 2 lawyers. And all their delusions of how, because we're in the media, yeah, we've been published, 3 centers, etc. As I don't like to use the words. How some people throw it around and blame the victims when one and more lawyer and or other profession, doctors, nurses, alleged employed nurses at the time, developed PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and before that they lied to their employers that they were not delusional. They did not let their employers know themselves delusional and who they were afraid of without evidence. They were not employable themselves and caused a lot of trouble. And they must be not employed, not employable, jailed, with and or without paroles and or probations, new each, with and or without I sued them and or sues them, each themselves. In addition to having all those traumas, the stress, they developed mental illness, not ADHD, schizophrenia instead, psychosis and or schizophrenia, most definitely schizophrenia. Because, this day and age, there's technology. You never know when you're being filmed and recorded, videotaped, photographed. And all on securities cameras, all happened to us. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Let's get my tea. You can watch me moisturize my face some. I need coffee and tea. And I'll have my tea. And we'll have a nice little social. I'm not exercising because I exercised lots today. Urban walking. I won't say where exactly, privacy and safety, other than I must have walked more than 5,000 steps today at least. Should they be any louder? Really to try. Remember when condominiums was status? Nobody they must and need sound like that anywhere in buildings. The look and sound and smell. Low rentals and stuff. Do that on the new Oh, Mom, where's your mud? Where's your mud? All right, I'm coming. Nice to have to make a phone call. I like those pipes. I thought you didn't like that pipe, but then you got mad. did you expect? You said doughy. I don't know what you were looking at that was doughy, because there was nothing doughy to taste or anything. No, there wasn't any. That was the gravy and the veg and the meat. And does one and more of those other people that you see here too want to act on and out from and by my front doors and windows? I'm not letting them in. I'll go and call security and the police. I'm not expecting any visitors. We're not expecting any visitors as such. Are they on my internet social media? Your internet phone, it should be. They're tenants. Your tenants. Your tenancies and leases, rents, can, could, may, must, and need. Expires. Ends. Ended. Expired. Already. All before, all during, all later, all since October 1 this year. Back. Let's do the moisturizing, eh? Moisturized yet today. We need some coffee smells. We can start hearing all that. All those. And that's not me being a racist, bigot, discriminatory, prejudice, prejudice. They are who they are. I took this with me in case I was going to do it there, but there's too many people. Other people. Ah, it smells good. Do you like my pantsuit loungewear? Thank you. I thought it was blue, but it might be black and white. Instead of blue and white. This Halloween Friday, anyone else wearing pink? Fridays wear pink. Halloween is on Friday. It's just like 2 days away. Wearing pink. I know I'm wearing pink. I might even be wearing one of my hats, even if it's just to sit here. Wearing a t-shirt, pink. And her loungewear, pajamas, pink. And her both. Witches can wear. I'm a witch. I like to wear pink only 1 day a week. Today was I wore some green. But this can come off now. Tomorrow's yellow. I'll wear some yellow today. Although yellow. Friday pink. Saturday black and or blue. Sunday red and or orange. Monday white and or silver. Tuesday red. Yeah. I like to do a little bit of each. Now outside my front door there is a hall, and that hall is common area, public area. The hall, not outside my front door, further over the hall, outside all front doors. I'm wearing green now. Does it offend one of my neighbors that I do stuff? I do it on the quiet. I don't do saging. I don't burn sage. I don't do much of anything really. I'm a very quiet bitch. Only while I was grieving did I cry lots because my cat had died. There'd been one inborn death my family. Pardon me. Rebirth. Honestly, I don't know that they're Indians from India, Pakistan, India, Iran, Iraq, India. Are they? Were they? Then they should, can, could, may, must, and need abide, did, does, and do laws Canada, alleged bylaws Canada, and factual human rights Canada, and Employment Standards Act Canada. Were I to go to those places, India, including customs, I'd have to do the same thing. You know, I'd have to do all India laws. I'd have to abide. I'd have to alleged bylaws, factual human rights. Was I working there? Employment Standards Act, and or all about all about an employee there. Yet many of those other people did not understood that. They don't seem to recognize. I'll be jumping for joy, literally, when Canadians, mainstream news media and all elsewhere, show and tell, showed and told, shows and tells, and did, does, and do all that to all about, all to, and all about all those other people, everyone, everywhere, honestly. Just truly. Avril, Avril. And that's not me being, that's not me for God. That's what I've always been my whole entire life. Now, whereas was I to adopt another fur baby and provide fur baby, I don't care that man is leaving from another country. That has nothing to do with it. That's like all those other times I went to the USA when I was younger. I did do all America's, United States laws, alleged bylaws, factual human rights, employment standards act, as I mentioned. I always went through them. This is Canada. I'm on Canada land. I'm in a Canadian building, residential. All elsewhere is Canada, Canadian. Ontario, Canada, Canada. And they don't have the human rights that Canadians have, had, and has. They never have, and they never should, can, could, may, must, and need, and will. I hope so, because they don't. They didn't. And they did not deserve it. Honestly. Charge my phone. I'm not doing Hindi, Punjabi, Muslim, Islamic. I'm Canadian. Christianity's Bible. including paganism and Wiccan Christianity. Roman Catholic, Catholic, Anglican, Presbyterian, Protestant, and first and foremost, paganism, obviously. Paganism before all of that, and Wiccan, all before all that other Christianity. And it doesn't matter if my skin gets suntanned and this when I'm weathered outside and my skin isn't as pale as it has been as most months since. Doesn't matter if I'm pale and or brown. Nobody should can cook me unless they need showed us Bellises, my parents and my parents' parents and my parents' parents' parents and my parents' 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 parents. No animals, no botany, no pets, all fur babies, and myself as Indians. Indians. And all those that's all slander and defamation. Canadian. And all times my mom and or one and or other person showed and told that my mom was my nanny, my caregiver. They lied. More than 23 years my mom didn't do that. And including when I was a younger person. Because she wasn't even my father caregiver as his careers, his hobbies, his educations, his relationships, his other relationships. Same me, my educations, my careers, my employments, my hobbies, my relationships, my exes, all before, all during, all later, all since today. And Celebrity Stalker, Credit Valley Hospital, Dr. Judy Fernando, and all the other ones there that wanted us Bellises forgot and forget because she herself mentally ill and incompetent and not employable and should could be judiciary punished, jailed, with and without paroles and or probations, and with and or without sued herself. All the other ones too. There was Celebrity Stalker Norman Thompson, my alleged youngest brother, and one and more other person, and Celebrity Stalker Dr. Jassim, off and on and off the internet. stalkers they believed, because themselves stalkers, and all the new evidence also proved and proves, shows and tells, showed and told, all that, all those, all happened to us. They don't change history. They're the ones that are mentally ill. I mean, they believe they should, can, could, may, must, and need change histories. All histories, all geographies, all financial, and any and all new, including Bible and the alleged New Testament, because they're delusional themselves, persecutory delusional, paranoid delusional. All before, all during, all later, and all since, all about, all to, and all about Asbelisis. And I never even spoke to one of my neighbors on this floor today. Not any. Ugh. How's your tea, Mom? Ugh. And all times other people, stalkers, tried unemployed, tried fired me as my mom caregiver, support person, mandatory support person. There's always one and more other witness, otherwise including my mom personal care worker, nurses, workers. And there's always has been all on security's cameras, all on evidence. I'm not lying. Other evidence too. I mean, there's witnesses everywhere, including security guards and police and paramedics. I hope Dr. Fernando gets fired. My name is all over it with out and with the Active Out Center company namesake, business namesake, and logos. Oh, because I'm sure we're not the only victims of it all. Because there's no way they could fire me being my mother's daughter, caregiver, support person, mandatory support person, and having one and more staff helps me help her, mom. Because I anyone that's ever tried is stalking us. They're stalkers. They're celebrity stalkers. And do they show and tell, showed and told, and shows and tells anyone anything in the media, mainstream media, internet, websites, text messages, social media, virtuals, podcasts, whatever, websites, anywhere, everywhere? They're stalkers. And they should, can, could, may, must, and need judiciary punishments. Jailed with and or without paroles, new, without and or with sued, each new. All of them, each new. And all historical, all geographical, and all financially, and all financial. Absolutely factual. With all that evidence too. And all their attempts to media ban and censorship us. Alice's. My celebrity pussycat Rudy Noah. Etc. all times, those other people, Gupta, or whatever how it's pronounced, Gupta in 1909, reported us to the police and lied. We were always hating, jealous, and violent, predatory, premeditated, resentful, racist, bigot, discriminatory, discrimination, prejudice, prejudges, internet trolling, stalking, harassing, bullying them the other way around. They're always to, at, on, in, out, from, and by us. They're always to, very many times, to, at, on, and from, and by my front door, as doors and windows, as, and walls, both sides. All about, all about us. Noises, disturbances themselves were making, and all other times they were stopping us has enjoyment and comforts here, privacy and safety. And that's all the security cameras all on. And that all should, can, could, may, must, and need showed and told. Everywhere, everyone. All mainstream media, etc. Public. It wasn't us to them, it was themselves. And were they on my social media? Why were they on our social media? They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not be on our social media. Virtually, websites, social medias, Facebook, etc. Examples: 1909, 1907, 1906, 1909, 1909, 1907, 1906, and 1908. I haven't talked to any of them today. I don't usually talk to my neighbors on this floor very. Are they on my internet? They're obviously delusional that it's anything else. It's just internet. And do I find out that they're on? I do. I try. Do I recognize any of them? I'll just try and reset my privacy settings and hide my social media from them. And I'll try and block them on my internet because they're stalkers. And credit about Lee Hospital, Dr. Judy Fernando. I mean, I did give some links as evidence to other people that they should, can, could, may, must, and need uses as parts, as some of my mom and I, as well as health cares. Everybody tried stopped as, only because themselves guilty as. When I finish doing my live stream, I'm gonna make a couple of phone calls. I have no choice, I have to make those phone calls. Anybody put any, that's like the GUPTA, there was a problem with my maid left some garbage in one of the garbage rooms. And somebody else paid that fine instead of letting me pay that fine. Eventually, I paid that fine, and those other people should, can, could, may, must, and need refunded that money. I think it was $150. And they all before and all during, all later, all since July 2, 2025, they should, can, could, may, must, and need judiciary punished, jailed. 6 months is not enough. And are they not Canadians? They should be deported. Whether they are and or not, they should be gone. with and or without paroles and or probations, new. Without and or with sued myself and one and more other victims, sued them. Slander and defamation at least. All on security cameras, all on this floor and elsewhere in the building and all elsewhere. Don't come for me. I won't shut up. Too much evidence. Too lots of evidence out there. World Wide Web, etc. All on security cameras, all on. Photos of, recorded of, videos of, filmed of, photos, etc. Andrew, you, Andrew Taylor, Andrew Mary Pat Madden on my social media now, my live stream. Why? You both together and or apart, before, during, later, and since. Joanne Madden, alleged Taylor. All before, all during, all later, and all since. Fritz Sabo, all you stalkers, all 5 of you, should, can, could, may, must, and need my social media hidden from you. I blocked you on the internet, yourselves, judiciary punishments, prisons, jailed, probations and paroles new, without and or with sued new, and all historical, all slanders, defamation, all your stalking, places where myself and others, Bellis, worked, etc. And all your wannabe media bans and censorships. You tried get. Examples: Mississauga Senior Citizen Center, Square One Shopping Center, Square One Older Adult Center, Central Parkway Mall, and Active Adult Center in Mississauga, and PSCC 850 and PSCC 807, and banks and all elsewhere, and YouTube, Facebook, etc. You're not our friends. You're not our friends. You're not our acquaintances. You're just stalkers. You preyed upon my mom, and you deluded yourselves that she was too naive and too stupid, and should, can, could, may, must, and need, got, and get worse. I'm not like that. I'll tell you to fuck off and go away as often as I can, with and without more police and security guards and lawyers and others. All you stalkers. Off and on and off internet, the Bella Switch Avril, etc. And Avril and Pets Fur Babies Bella's Fairies Gardens, myself and Pets Fur Babies Bella's Fairies Gardens, social media, and Buddhist beauty reaction channels. Avril Bellas, internet, Wi-Fi's, social media, and all elsewhere, everywhere. And anything and everything you allegedly took from us, got from us, should, can, could, may, must, and need all financially returned to us to sweep as soon as possible. Banks and all elsewhere. Because you're liars. Today too. Forever, always, everywhere. Instead. you're stalkers. You're all stalkers. All about, all to, all about. Four and more, all names, all and all named Bellis. Janice Payton too. Stalker. Celebrity stalker Janice Payton. I've been talking too much. Awful cough when I talk lots. So shall I do this? Wait. Matthew and Gunnar Nelson too. And everybody should look up the words witch and familiar before they practice law enforcement and medicine and learn the facts of life of what's real and what they are delusional instead. I'm very religious. I remember when I was younger, I didn't. I used to go, funerals, weddings, whatever. But I remember, I was allegedly where there was a ravine, forestry lake, and cottage country, and it was just beautiful, just beautiful. And I was educated, allegedly public schools, and you know, and the older I got, the more religious I became. I like to go to church once a week when I can, not only once a year when I could. once a week. I can. And be it via technology, such as internet and live streams, and as other residents and other people in this neighborhood, this building not like, then they're interfering with my enjoyment and comforts here. I'm allowed to. Nobody should, can, could, may, must, and need interfered and stopped us did that. When my cat alive and all before, all during, all later, and all since my cat died dead. Because I can't go to church in person, not as often as I would like to. My family status, etc. I'd love to sing in a choir. Haven't done that in a while. But then it's that time of year. I don't know that I could be able to. I was at some kind of function, the Active Out Center, Mississauga recently, and someone was singing a song there and it just got to me. And I looked at a photo, one of my favorite photos of my cat and I had my open arms, and my cat in my arms, filled my empty arms with so much light and love. I just sat there crying quietly. Just had some tears coming out my eyes. Beautiful song. Beautiful pussycat. I really don't know. You want some soup? What? Good, then I can take a pain relief. Take with food may cause drowsiness or dizziness. May irritate the stomach. Oh, good. What kind of soup do you want? What kind of soup do you want, Mom? I want to go to lay down. Oh, my left fucking leg is fucking me.
gonna get into this now.
Oh, really? Oh,
You better put some drain or.
oh, be quiet. I'm leaving YouTube now for a while. I'm going to watch and listen and choose which creators, influencers, memberships I want to buy November this year. And as myself and Charles watch and listen and enjoy together. And maybe I'll exercise more. You never know. You never know. Maybe I'll be allowed to lift 2 pounds. Weights.